All right, you know what? I'm gonna start all over, guys. Hey, what's up, guys? So in this video, I'm actually gonna be talking about a new particle. It's the particle no. This particle right here, and basically, I want to explain two things about this particle, and I'm gonna explain to you guys the best way possible. This particle is extremely important in the Japanese language. You will see this so often. So I really want to try and help you guys to understand as much as possible how to use this particle and what it means exactly. So first I'm going to explain what it means. So there's two ways. The first one is possession. Possession. So it's like a possessive particle. So let me try and explain this in a real. So right here, if you see this example right here, my book, this book belongs to me, right? So let's try and explain this right here. So watashi, right? Watashi, that's me. No hon. It's like it's a book that belongs to me. So as you guys can see, like in English, like if it's this, the noun is right here. This is the beginning, but the noun is like the second part in this part here. So it's a little bit it's backwards. So let me try and explain this to you guys here. So noun one, which is watashi, right? No, the particle no. Noun two is basically in English, if you were to try and translate it, it'd be noun two belongs to noun one. So in a way, this is kind of like a modifier, I guess. Like, so when you say this watashi no, it's basically saying like it belongs. So this belongs to me. Whatever comes after this no will belong to me because this is what we're talking about. So let me give you guys another example, right? Um, right here. So tomodachi, which is friend, no, and you already know that it will belong to whatever comes next will belong to this friend, right? So tomodachi no namae, and namae means name in English. So this name belongs to this friend. So in a way, that just simply means friend's name, like my friend's name, and since my is kind of omitted. So in a full sentence, it would be like watashi no. So watashi no, this is my. Whatever comes after this no, like belongs to this watashi. So watashi no tomodachi. So my friend, and this friend, whatever comes after this no belongs to this friend. So in a way, like you guys understand right now that it is my friend's name, right? And like watashi no tomodachi no namae. Like watashi no tomodachi no namae. But the thing is, when you guys don't, like I said earlier, you guys don't really need to put this. So I that's why I'm putting this in a parentheses right here. Like you do not need to put this if you already know like who you're talking about, like tomodachi no namae wa. But right now I'm just talking about tomodachi no namae, so my friend's name. So this name belongs to this friend. So if you were to try and read it backwards, it would be like that. But that's the thing I wanted to emphasize here is you see how in English it is actually the opposite. So that's something that is just the way that it is structured. I know that it is a little bit weird, but it's just something that I think that you guys just probably have to get used to because noun one, no noun two is used in this way. Noun two belongs to noun one. So it's kind of like it's switched. It's kind of like switched a little bit there. But I just wanted to go over that. That was one part, and that is by this, it means like the possessive particle. So let me go over the examples that are shown here. Let's see right here. It says Takeshi-san, Takeshi-san, no denwa bango. And so what this means is, of course, it means Takeshi's phone number. But let me try and break this down for you guys. So if you guys see this, you guys would understand. This So whatever comes after this no, like this Takeshi-san no, already know when you say this Takeshi-san no that it belongs. Whatever comes next will belong to this Takeshi-san person, Takeshi. So denwa bango means phone number. So this phone number belongs to Takeshi-san, right? And basically, if you were to write that out in English, it would just be Takeshi's phone number with the apostrophe S right here. It belongs to Takeshi. And let's move on to this next example right here. Daigaku no sensei. So again, this is another example right here. This daigaku means college, sensei means teacher. So this teacher is, belongs to this college. So it is a college professor. So now I do want to go over with you guys the second meaning of how the no particle is used. So not only is it used as like a possessive particle, but it's also used as kind of like a modifier. And I do want to try and explain that to you guys. It's basically like, if you guys have ever heard of, right, in English, like, okay, guys, so I just wrote down a few examples here, and I actually took some of the examples from the textbook here, but I'm gonna, based on the words that you guys will be studying here that is given, I do want to go over a little bit here of how the particle no is also used as like the word of. So I do want to explain that a little bit here. So let's take this for example right here. Now let's look at this English example, right? A student of the Japanese language. So in a sense, when you look at this sentence right here, Nihongo no gakusei, gakusei, Nihongo no gakusei. So gakusei is a student of Nihongo, which is the Japanese language. So it's a student of the Japanese language. Not only is it like a possessive particle, like not necessarily that this Nihongo is possessing this student, I guess. It doesn't really belong to this student, but this student is a part or is of this Japanese language. So he's a student of the Japanese language. So it's not necessarily, it's not necessarily saying that it is belonging, but you guys would understand in a sense that it does belong. Gakusei belongs to the Japanese language. So then you know that since it's belonging to this, it would translate to like this person is a student of the Japanese language. He's studying Japanese. And the same thing goes with this daigaku. So Nihon no daigaku. Nihon is Japan, daigaku is college. And so this college, it is a college of Japan, right? So this noun kind of belongs into this other noun. So I guess in a sense it is the same, but like it's not necessarily saying that it belongs there, but it's just saying it is of that area. So it is a college of Japan. So now I'm going to be giving you guys a few examples right here. So we just went over College of Japan, which is Nihon no Daigaku. And now we are going to go this Nihongo no Gakusei, right? So this person is a student of the Japanese language. Now we want to say he's a friend of Aaron. And that's a friend of Aaron. So you would say Aaron no tomodachi. And it's the friend of Aaron, but in a sense you would just say my friend because it's or Aaron's friend. it belongs to Aaron. So he's a friend of Aaron, or you could also say it like in the real way you would say it in English, Aaron's friend, right? And let's move on. A friend of mom is the same thing. So you would say okasan, okasan, okasan no tomodachi, right? So as you guys can see here, this is the noun two belonging to the noun one. So as you guys can see, it is the opposite. Okasan no tomodachi. So that's the one thing that I thought was kind of like a confusing at first for me, because I had to figure out that it is the opposite. So this, whatever this is right here, is like, this is like basically belongs to this in a sense. So the second noun belongs to the first noun in a sense. So I think that if you guys would able to start creating sentences like this and start practicing it, I think it'll get easier and easier to understand what I'm talking about here. But basically, that is what I'm trying to explain to you guys, is that okasan no tomodachi means a friend of mom. So let's go on to this next one here, doctor of Japan. So how would you guys write this? Nihon no isha. Isha is doctor. Nihon is Japan. Nihon no isha. And see, like, it is, again, it is doctor of Japan. So this doctor belongs to Japan. Not necessarily belonging to Japan, but you know what I mean. Like, it's of Japan. So right on, guys. We kind of went over these example sentences here, and I tried to give over more examples, but these are basically what this no particle is, and everything here that is trying to explain that. And I tried to explain it in the best way that I could. And this next section right here is actually, so what I want to tell you guys is actually when you guys actually create those connecting sentences right here. So let me give you an example right here. So it says Takeshi-san no okasan. So what does that mean? That means it is Takeshi's mom. So it's the mom that belongs to Takeshi, right? So you can actually say Takeshi-san no okasan wa, and we learned wa as that topic particle. So now we are talking about Takeshi-san's mom. And now you guys can see how you guys now can, if you guys understand the particle no and you guys understand the particle wa, you guys can actually use both to make a longer sentence. So check this out. Takeshi-san no okasan wa koukou, which is high school, no sensei, which is teacher. So this teacher of this high school, teacher of high school. So high school teacher, right? So Takeshi-san no okaasan wa koukou no sensei desu. So basically, you just created a very long sentence just from understanding the particles wa and the particles no. You connected four nouns and to created a whole sentence just right there. So Takeshi's mother is a high school teacher. That is a fairly long sentence, and that you guys just created that, and you guys can start creating way more sentences, and I'll try and give you a little bit more sentences here. Okay, so let's see. Aaron no tomodachi wa, right? So let's see right here, like Aaron no tomodachi wa sensei desu. And what I just said was my Aaron's friend is a teacher, right? Because I use the particle wa, and I use the word sensei, which it means teacher. So Aaron no tomodachi wa sensei desu means Aaron's friend is a teacher. So do you see how now you are able to kind of connect the different particles that you've learned and start creating more sentences using these particles? It's so important for you guys to understand these particles and how it works. I hope I was able to explain this in a way that you guys would understand it. Let me just give you a little more examples, like Okasan no tomodachi wa is, so right here, look. Okasan, which is mom, no tomodachi, So, which is friend. A friend of my mom is 大学生. 大学生 is a college student. So you would say, so what this would mean is my mom's friend is a college student. You just created the sentence using the two grammar particles that we talked about. So お母さんの友達は大学生です. Right on, guys. So this is really cool. You guys can start creating sentences, and I think that you guys should just keep practicing it. I did recommend like some of those apps that you guys can use to practice making sentences and having them being corrected by a native Japanese speaker. I think this would just definitely refine, and you just keep making those practice sentences, keep creating sentences, and eventually you guys will just begin to understand how it works, and it'll become easy and just become second nature eventually. So I just wanted to show you guys how that worked, and so that you guys can start doing that right away, okay, guys? So, hey guys, thanks for watching, and let's practice these sentence structures, and let's get better at Japanese, man. Let's go. You got this.